Hey, Central New York, what is up? It's that time again. I'm Bob Jokel with Hunt Real Estate, and the statistics for April 2025 were released by the Greater Syracuse Association of Realtors for the housing market update. And so we're going to dive into that, but hey, let's celebrate a little bit. It finally stopped raining. Holy smokes, for the whole first 8, 9 days of May, I don't think it stopped raining once. So today the sun is out. It's Mother's Day weekend. It's a beautiful day. So let's celebrate a little bit. Take a little solace in that. So the market is really changing, and there's a lot of additional information I'm going to put in this report that I haven't been doing, because I think it gives it a little more meaning, and maybe it'll help explain some of the trends. But we're seeing some very interesting information for the month of April. And so let's take a look and see what we got. So new listings for the month of April were up 18%, 420 versus 356. So we haven't seen new listings being up for a while. It's been very spotty. It's for the most part they've been down. So this is a big difference for the month of April. Year to date, new listings are up 0.9%, 1,260 versus 1,249. So that's pretty flat, really, for the year. So we've got a long way to go if we're going to surpass last year. Pending sales, which are homes that are under contract, waiting to close, were down 24.2%. 263 versus 347. And year to date, pending sales are down 11.7%, 1,000 versus 1,132. Now, again, that's year to date, so that's January through April. But one thing I wanted to point out, which is a little new statistic that I've been checking out, is 39.2% of the new purchase contracts that were written during April were for homes that were priced between $150,000 and $300,000. So that seems to be the sweet spot. That's where most of the action is happening. Closed sales were down for the month 2.1%, 237 versus 242, and year to date, closed sales were up 0.6%. Let's see, 0.6%, 962 versus 956. So still, that's pretty flat. That's only a difference of 6 closed sales from between January and all the way to April. So that's pretty flat. Days on the market until homes go into contract, down for the month 8%. Sounds like a lot, but it's 23 days versus 25 days. It's not a huge difference. Year to date, it's up 25 days versus 22 days. But here's a little tidbit for you. The average days on the market for homes between 150 and 300,000 was 13 days. So that's a big difference for the average, right? And for homes priced $400,000 and up, and believe me, there's a lot of them out there, the average days on the market is 38.3. So that's a big difference. And again, I'm just trying to zero in on where all the action is, what homes and what price range of homes really still a hot ticket. The median sale price for the month was up 12.6%, $264,500 versus $234,900. So, a significant increase. And year to date, it's up 13.6%, 250,000 versus 220,000. So the median price, year to date is up $30,000. That's a lot of cash. And so that can certainly influence whether or not some people can finance certain homes or not. Obviously, a difference of $30,000 can eliminate you from being able to buy a house in a certain price range. So buyers really have to have a serious plan if they're going to buy a house. They're really going to have to look at what they can afford to buy versus what they should pay. And maybe they should buy a little less house and put money into it than try and get their forever house because the prices are just going wild. Now, the median list price for April was $259,950. So that's right in there with the median sale price, right? So that's something to think about. The average list price for the month of April was $259,950. So basically $260,000 is the median list price. Now the average sale price for the month was up 3%, $288,545 versus $280,087. And year to date, the average sale price was up 12.8%, $296,046 versus $262,532. But the average list price for the month of April was $326,116. So the average list price was above the average sale price fairly significantly. Now that may be due to a lot of new construction, where the price of new construction is really quite high versus resale for the most part. Or it could be that sellers are really pushing the list price on their homes in order to maximize how much they're going to make on the house. The percent of list price received for the month, now that is the ratio between the asking price and the price that the house actually sells for. So the percent of list price received for the month was down 0.5%, 105.1% versus 105.6%. So for the month, homes are still selling for about 5% above full asking price. What does that tell us? It tells us there's still multiple offers out there. Year to date, the percent of list price received is down 1%, 102.7 versus 103.7. But again, still, most homes are selling for above full asking price. So everybody's got to be cognizant of that. Buyers really, especially, have to be cognizant of that. Now, the inventory of homes, this sounds like a real big jump. The inventory of homes was up 68.5%. 502 homes versus 298. Wow. Now, why is that? Well, a lot of people waited until the end, mid-April, to put their house on the market. Okay, the weather had a lot to do with it. We had a pretty brutal winter. People want to get their yards in shape. They want to get their house in shape. Also, there's a lot of new construction out there. Waterfront properties start to come on the market now, and they're all higher priced, so they take longer to sell. And again, homes that went under contract, some of them have come back on the market. The deals have fallen through for any number of reasons, but when they do come back on the market, they go right just into inventory. They don't go into new listings. So the inventory of homes that jump is pretty significant, but it depends on where the price of those homes are for the average public. Now, the month supply of inventory, which is how long it would take to sell all of the existing listings under current market conditions, the month supply of inventory is up 77.8%, which sounds like a lot. But it's 1.6 months worth of inventory versus 0.9 months worth of inventory. I know I sound like a broken record for every video that I've done for the last 2 years, but the month supply of inventory is still under 2 months worth of inventory, which is still a seller's market. The balanced market is 4 to 6 months worth of inventory. The buyer's market is more than 6 months worth of inventory. We're still under 2 months worth of inventory, so this is still a seller's market. Now, another thing I wanted to put out there, and I dedicated a video last month strictly to this statistic, and that is the Housing Affordability Index. Now, the Housing Affordability Index measures how affordable the median price home is that's on the market, how affordable it is for the households that make the median income for the area. And the housing affordability index for the month was down 6.7%, which means it's harder to afford to buy a house. Okay, when that number goes down, that means it's more difficult to afford a house based on the median priced house based on the median household income. Okay, and year to date it's down 9%. Now, the other thing to look at is that the housing affordability index has been down significantly 3 years in a row. 2023, it was down 14.2%. 2024, it was down 15.7%. And 2025, year to date, it's down 9%. So all that means is that the price of homes, the median price of homes, has increased faster than the average, the median income or the median household income. So the price of homes is outpacing what people are making and what increases people may be getting in their pay. So that's very significant. So, what a lot of people may have to do that want to buy a house is they may have to buy a home that isn't exactly what they want. It might be a little less of a house that they want, or it might not have the updates that they want. And they may have to settle for that if they want to stop renting and get into a house, which still is the preferable thing to do. And then take their time and make improvements in the house, because the house is only going to continue to go up in value, and as you make improvements to the house, it's going to increase in value even more. So that's going to increase your net worth. It's also going to increase, it's going to increase the amount of money, the equity that you have in your home. And that's very important, because down the road, if you want to then sell that house and buy a house, the more equity you have, the better off you are. So there it is. There's the statistics for April of 2025. That's the housing market update for Onondaga County single-family homes. I hope that the information was helpful to you and interesting. As always, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, please reach out to me. I've been doing this for over 25 years. I can certainly help you, and I would love to help you. So I hope you're having a great day, and I hope to hear from you.